My name is Tamsin. I want to tell you about my experience. I was diagnosed with general anxiety disorder approximately 6 years ago. I've worked for Babcock for approximately 9 years. My general anxiety disorder peaked around Christmas time last year. I was given the opportunity to change jobs from business support to customer services. I applied for the job and had to go for an interview, which I had done for 4.5 years, and I was successful with the support of my business support manager. I started my new role in customer services in February 2018 and obviously changed line managers. I had the support of my new line manager, my previous line manager, and our head of site. I'd have days where I could barely function and burst into tears for nothing, and I'd have days where nothing fazed me at all. All of the change was hard, and obviously learning new things was hard. But they were very supportive and believed in me and got me through it. I've been there, as I say, since February, and I really enjoy what I do now, and I love working with the people that I'm working with. Without the support of the people around me, my line managers, my colleagues and our site manager, I wouldn't have a job today. I believe that talking about your anxiety, your mental health issue, whatever it is the way to get through it. If I hadn't have been honest with them, they wouldn't have been able to help me because they wouldn't have known that I was struggling. So just tell somebody.
Hi, my name's Paul. I work on Bovington Camp. I am the Quartermaster's Supply Supervisor, which basically involves all the hotel services that Babcock offer to the military on that camp. My story is approximately 10 years ago. I started withdrawing into myself, not going out, not socialising, basically wanted to go to sleep all the time, being horrible to my wife. And then I needed to have surgery. I had 2 lots of surgery to have, and that involved me going to the doctors numerous times. One of the appointments, the doctor then said to me, "Are you okay, Paul?" And that is when I collapsed into a bowl of jelly right in front of her. My 10-minute appointment turned into over an hour, and the doctor then told me that I had depression, which, as a 17 stone, 6'3" bloke, you don't get depressed. Men don't get depressed, but they do. The story really is that once she had actually got me to confess that I was depressed, I was then off work for 2.5 years, laying on the sofa, getting up at 7:30 in the morning, being fast asleep again by 9 o'clock, not being able to function. It's a really, really horrible, dark place to be. The doctor had to see me every week to make sure that I wasn't going to do anything stupid, because that's the one thing that everybody is worried about, because people do go to that very, very dark place and don't come out of it. After 2.5 years, I managed to get back into work on a really sort of lowly sort of grade, and I was in that job then for 2 years before I then arrived on Babcock's doorstep. Babcock, in my opinion, especially on my camp, I don't know about others, but the support network is absolutely fantastic. In my role, I have a team of 16 people, and those people all have different needs. And if I am not sure, because of my experience, I know how to help those people, or I'd like to think I can, and guide them into areas, because I can see if somebody's struggling. And I think that's purely because of where I've been, where I've come from. The one thing that I would say to anybody watching this video is that if you yourself or anybody you work with or in contact with, if you think that they are not feeling well, you've only got to ask. I once spoke to a chief constable of police, And she said to me, "Hi Paul, how are you?" And I went, "I'm fine." And she said to me, "Well, okay, so how are you really then?" And I said, "I'm fine." And she said to me, "Do you know what that word means?" I said, "What, being fine?" And she said, "No." She said, "It's feelings inside never expressed. And everybody is fine until they're not. And it is always worth asking that question, because somebody there might be going to do something stupid. And just by you asking them could put a stop to that. And it's the way to go. Never hide behind, never be afraid to ask. It's worthwhile just asking that question."
Hi, my name's Mags and I'm just recovering from a recent injury at work. This happened November of last year. I had a fall and ended up with a fractured femur and a fractured hip, and which resulted in a hospital stay with an internal fixator fitted. Hospital care was fantastic, but when I got back to the barracks, I had no aftercare, and which resulted in that I had to go up north to my sister's to obviously have somebody to take care of me. So that was a huge impact on my life, having to learn to walk again, and it wasn't just the physical side of it or the mental side of it, it's also the financial side of it that you've really got to think about as well. So you're going from salaried right down to statutory sick pay within a matter of months, which is a real big impact on top of the injuries that you've got, and then they're trying to recover from that, which is very hard for people to do. I'm still recovering now. I'm into 9 months now. I've been told it could be at least a year plus. I will have a permanent limp. I'm not quite sure how big the limp's going to be at the moment. I am still using a crutch. Huge impact just for one fall, and all I can ask, or all I can say is please be vigilant of all your surroundings, and whether it's day or night.